Hey guys, so I wanted to make a video today on single target feral druid PTR testing because I've done a couple videos now, one for survival hunter and one for feral druid in Mythic Plus, just showing a little bit of just a little bit of raw gameplay, just to kind of interpret how you will, just see how things are working if you guys haven't been able to jump on PTR yourselves. But I wanted to share a little bit of single target as well and just kind of keep you updated on where I'm at with some of my testing and stuff. So you're just kind of in the loop if you haven't had time to test stuff yourself. So jumping into some gameplay for you. A few things to keep in mind here with what's going on. So right now, the set or the tier set bleed is scaling now with all of our stats, crit included there. So that's cool. So now crit is actually helping the bleed. It's snapshotting from mastery, scaling from haste, and scaling from verse. But I don't know what's bugged and what's intended. I don't know what Blizzard want to do. Maybe the mastery is going to be dynamic and not snap. I don't know. Maybe it's going to stay how it is. Maybe it's not going to scale from mastery at all. I don't know yet. I can't say that. Only Blizzard really knows. But there's some funny interactions. Like right now it's double dipping from Tiger Fury. So it will snap from Tiger Fury. And I think that's where the double dip is coming in. So right now, if you pre-Tiger Fury and then Berserk, it's actually going to do more damage for your sickle or the 4-set than if you Berserk and then Tiger Fury. So that's slightly different with the rotation in a way, like with single target and stuff. So that's interesting. I'm not sure how, what the intention is there. Maybe they're going to have it snap and dynamically scale as well, or one or the other. I'm not sure. There's just some weird buggy stuff going on right now with a lot of sets. So take some things with a pinch of salt. These are not confirmed gameplay styles. We'll see, or rotations. We'll see how things maybe change as we go through the PTR, however long it's going to end up lasting. But I did some single target testing here, or tried my best to do single target testing. There are going to be some times where Moonfires and Wraths go off to surrounding mobs, which is kind of annoying, but what can you do? So far I've only been testing Night Fae. I do want to do some testing on Necro and Kyrian. I'm not going to do any testing on Venthia because I just don't believe that it's going to be a good option. It's probably going to be dead to go Venthia. But I could be wrong. Could end up being the most OP thing in the world, but I doubt it. So, by all means, go ahead and test Venthia, but I think I'm just going to be, I'm making estimated guesses here on what's going to be strong, and I only have so much testing time, so I'm going to try and use it wisely, and I don't think Venthia is a wise investment of time. So right now I've been doing Night Fae. I am going to do Necrolord. I am going to do Kyrian because I think they do have potential on single target, though I'm not super convinced that Necro is going to be the best. I think probably Night Fae or Kyrian if you have good bonding potential and stuff like that. And depends on how low we get Berserk down. Right, so in my testing, I messed around with Celestial Spirits, of course, because that's on Night Fae Legendary. You have to have that on. And then I tested some Deep Focus, Frenzyband, and Apex. I don't think Apex, just straight off the bat, I don't think Apex is going to be used on single target. I don't think it's going to be BIS. It might end up being BIS. I don't think so. I think that'll more so be what you use if you're in a fight where you would take Primal Wrath. It might end up being the best option, like 3 targets or something, where you might not take Primal Wrath, but it's still good to use Apex on 3 targets. Something like that. Potentially, I don't know. I'm not a theory crafter. We'll see what the theory crafters kind of come up with as well. And actually, I would say, yeah, I'm not a theory crafter. I'm doing a lot of anecdotal testing because that's all I can do, right? I'm not a theory crafter, so I'm not going to try and get involved in that because that's not my area of expertise. I'm just going to play things out, see how things feel, and then compare that to what the theory crafters are going to say. So, by all means, check out the Dream Grove, see what they're saying. I know I'll be kind of following it to some extent as well and seeing what, how sims are looking for us on single target. But yeah, I don't think Apex is going to be the play. I think that Deep Focus is looking good. Deep Focus and Frenzyband look very comparable in my testing here. The difference being that as soon as you add in a second target when you're using Deep Focus, your legendary is gone. You no longer have a legendary. You no longer have a second legendary. Whereas with Frenzyband, you can bring in a second target, a third target. Shit, you can bring in 10 more targets. It doesn't matter. Frenzyband isn't going to be nullified. It's still going to be okay. You can still use it. Whereas Deep Focus, you just can't use it really. So I think Deep Focus could potentially be the best option on pure single target. But I think in general, we're probably just going to end up playing Frenzyband. And Frenzyband is probably going to be our best single target cleave legendary. Because now that Berserk is down to 2 minutes, getting that additional bleed damage so consistently, more consistently than previously, we were able to, I think is going to be really strong. It's going to depend on fight lengths as well, I think, probably, as to whether Frenzyband ends up being this. But so far in my testing, I think Frenzyband's looking good. Now, of course, I need to test Kyrian, and I need to test... Sorry, I pulled my back out the other day, so sorry if I do make weird faces whilst I'm doing this. But Kyrian and Necro still needs to be tested, but I think Frenzyband here could be a solid option. The reason you're not playing Frenzyband for the reduction on your Berserk, you're playing Frenzyband for the more regular bleed, right? It used to be a 3-minute bleed, and it was still pretty good on single target. Now it's down to 2 minutes. It's going to be even better because you're getting it up more consistently. Whereas Deep Focus hasn't changed. It's remained the same. Anything else to really add? Not really. Just check me out on twitch.tv/cybeslat if you want to be following along with some of this PTR testing. I'm going to try and do a lot of testing of Survival and Feral. I'm also probably going to do a little bit of enhancement as well, because I'm potentially going to play some of that in the raid next tier for my guild, depending on how some of those fights go. So there's good potential that I might be doing some enhanced testing as well, though not too much. So Feral, Druid, and Survival, I'll be checking a lot of. If you guys have any crazy builds and stuff like that, things you want me to test, please comment below or come see me in stream. I'm live every Monday to Friday from like 12 o'clock UK time until late, basically. So come and check me out or check out my VODs and stuff if you want to go through some gameplay and ask you questions. But let me know what you think might be really strong. I just wanted to kind of show you guys some numbers here. You guys can just kind of see me smacking a dummy, see my rotation, and yeah, playing some Frenzyband, playing some Deep Focus is just some gameplay for you. But I hope you enjoyed kind of just checking this out, and see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.